your best talent. When you look at companies, organizations, or even growing startups across Uganda today, there's an invisible crisis happening right under the noses of senior managers. It isn't always about salaries or workload, it's about internal politics. Unhealthy competition within a team eventually drives your best people away. Think about it. When managers allow a toxic culture where high performers are constantly undermined or chased away by ambitious rivals, they aren't just losing a team member, they are actively destroying the very foundation of their business. In every business, you have two types of contributors: those who run with the tide and those who are the tide, your pillars, your top 10%, the ones who consistently hit targets, solve complex problems, and bring in major value. Let's talk numbers for a second. Imagine you have a lead innovator or sales head who brings in 500 million Ugandan shillings in institutional business or growth annually. When a workplace turns cutthroat, that key pillar doesn't stay to fight pettiness. They leave. And what does losing them cost you? The recruiting costs to replace a high tier leader often run upwards of 15 million Ugandan shillings to 30 million Ugandan shillings. Onboarding takes months, costing you another 50 million Ugandan shillings plus in lost operational productivity. Worse, when that pillar leaves, they take client relationships worth hundreds of millions of shillings straight to your competitors. Why? Because rivalry was allowed to escalate into sabotage. Leaders, listen to me closely. Your primary job is to keep the peace so your pillars can thrive. Now, does keeping the peace mean avoiding competition? Absolutely not. Iron sharpens iron. But there is a massive difference between healthy emulation and destructive rivalry. Destructive competition builds walls, barriers where team members hoard information, undermine each other's work, and compete for credit. Healthy competition builds a bridge. A bridge connects individual ambition to collective progress. When competition acts as a bridge, team member A seeing team member B close a 100 million Ugandan shilling deal doesn't make them plot B's downfall. It inspires them to raise their own game. To build that bridge, leaders must create psychological safety, reward collaboration over cutthroat politics, make it clear that pulling down a colleague is the fastest way to get shown the door. To understand how system design protects growth, look at how smart money works, specifically through financial vehicles like the Britam Unit Trust Fund. Why do smart investors put their hard earned money, whether it's an initial 5 million Ugandan shillings or ongoing monthly top ups, into a Britam Unit Trust Fund? Because a unit trust fund isn't a chaotic free for all, it's a structured system. The fund manager pools capital and spreads it strategically across low risk, high yielding assets like government securities and corporate bonds to ensure stability, guard against market volatility, and generate steady compounding yields. It protects the principal money while allowing the returns to grow. Your organization should function just like a Britam Unit Trust Fund. As a leader, you are the fund manager. Your team's energy and talent are the pooled capital. If you leave that capital exposed to internal toxicity, you erode your principal assets. But when you create a structured, secure environment where risk is managed and healthy dynamics are incentivized, your team's collective yield compounds exponentially over time. So, how do we fix this starting today? 1. Audit your culture. Are your recognition programs rewarding solo cowboys who trample others, or are they rewarding team builders? 2. Protect your pillars. Have one on one conversations with your top talent. Ask them directly: is internal friction blocking your work? 3. Institutionalize peace. Make cross departmental collaboration a core KPI tied to bonuses. When your people know that their seat at the table is safe from office politics, they don't look over their shoulders. They look forward. Remember, leaders, a business rarely falls from external pressure first. It crumbles when its internal pillars are allowed to rot or walk away. Build a system where competition is a bridge, not a barrier. Keep the peace, shield your talent, and watch your organization compound in value. Until next time, protect your pillars, invest wisely, and lead with clarity. Peace out.